It really is something. Um, Started out with a conversation, honestly. I was looking to do different things and kind of add to my portfolio of things that we wanted to do. As from the music standpoint, music is a vehicle that a lot of companies and brands use to
Mm-hmm.
sell their product.
Okay.
So I have a unique position because I make music. It's like, you get tired of giving people product music to sell their product with, and since we're the brand, since we're the vehicle that a lot of times people use to sell product, let's create our own and create an extra revenue stream and timing, perception. I'm working this product like I would work music, so
Yes,
it
you
has
are.
a very unique, it has a very unique twist to it.
Okay, so when you talk about, because now now do you think, because I think I know you said you started your business, do you think it's a great time now for a lot of black owned business to come into prominence because of the timing, the time frame that we're in right
Absolutely,
now?
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
Um, we started in December, and we was right when we was about to like really, well, I thought we was moving. Um, COVID hit, so I had to sit still
Oh,
for a minute,
okay.
and it forced me to rethink like the way we was marketing, the way we was getting product out there. Because
Okay.
before I was just going to barbershops and in the streets selling
Mm.
it, like the old school CDs, and selling them.
Uh
You
huh.
get harassed
Uh
when you
huh.
go to like Walmart and they got them CDs. I was kind of pushing it like that, and since COVID, I'm in a lot more states. Um,
Okay.
like we decided to bring on like sales reps and VIP partnerships, and
Okay.
now in me doing it myself, I would have never gotten to Alabama this year, or Mississippi,
Okay.
or
Okay.
Charlotte, or some of the other cities, Georgia, this year with this product. And
Okay.
thanks to COVID, we was able to diversify our portfolio. So now we have people in those markets that are killing, that are making good money. So for your listeners, if you are open to joining the Alpha team and being a sales rep or a VIP partner and getting some of this good money from this men care line, because the men care line, men's care is $1 billion business.
And I honestly, I don't really even think about a men's skincare line. I just don't. So when you first mentioned it to me, I was like,
Look,
huh, because you really all you really think about is cologne for men. You don't think of all
right,
the
right,
other the skincare, like you said, something for the beard. You said,
yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
okay. So
Pound for pound, we got the best product out.
so how did you develop all these products yourself, or did you bring them on other people to help you create this brand?
I have a chemist that helps me put the product together,
Hmm.
and pretty much I put everything else together, the marketing, the name, everything else, and just ran with it.
See, I noticed on there because
And
I'm like,
I'm a graphic designer as
okay,
well,
okay.
so it was easy to put the marketing piece together and kind of hit the ground running.
When I looked at the brand and it says established in, does that say 1416? So I need you
Yes.
to explain that one to me because that caught my eye. And I was like, okay, what's up with this?
Well, I'm a vampire, of course. What else could I
Oh
be?
god, oh my gosh.
No, 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 no. Because they'll run with that. 1416 is my code for my music family.
Oh,
That's kind of like an inside thing for my grassroots family. That's
oh,
our
okay.
code. So you always want to tie in everything. So
Absolutely,
the
absolutely.
music that you hear on the mark if you watch the commercials, like that's my new single coming out soon. This weekend, as a matter of fact, called Dante Sharp. That's my new single. 1416 is my music family code, and Alpha Men's and just
Okay,
a
so
representation of how I walk around in these streets.
I'm glad you mentioned Dante Sharp because when you said that, okay, that's going to be released this weekend. Okay, I was like, my question to myself was, is this the name of the CD or is this a single? And if it's a single, what inspired that name?
So Dante Sharp is a real person,
Okay.
and yeah, he's from my hometown, and he's a young man who, at the age of 18, got arrested for a murder that he did not do, and everybody knew he did not do it.
Okay.
And he spent 26 years locked up,
Okay.
was given life, and was locked up, and they finally freed him. Not even like I think it's maybe 6, 7 months ago.
Wow.
So he's freshly home. He's freshly home. Um, so just that story, like there's a million Dante Sharps in that system that's
Wow.
incarcerated
Okay.
and locked up. So I wanted to shed light. I did not know that we were still going to be dealing with, the whole
COVID.
police brutality
Oh,
and
okay.
all of that
Uh-huh.
in the same breath. But luckily, you know, timing, timing made it possible so that we could actually have a record that is speaking about what's happening now. And I am going to release an EP next month
Okay.
that is talking about police brutality, that's talking about COVID. COVID hit so many different ways in our life because you're dealing with finances, you're dealing with if you're in a relationship, if you're married, the strain, you got kids, the strain, having to adjust. So this new EP is talking about all of that.
Have you because we're talking about COVID, have you found it difficult or and for me, I talk a lot about my friends and I talk a lot about this, and I said there's a message I feel like dealing with COVID. COVID was just the beginning, and then like you said, then the issues, the racial issues, the police brutality, all of those things started coming out since COVID, and I think we just continue to see more and more issues within the U.S. that's coming to light. Do you feel that's
Sure.
that's part of what we should be experiencing right about now, dealing with COVID? COVID has different facets to it, I believe, in my opinion.
It does, but every issue, every problem does.
Yeah.
Anything that sits you down
Yes.
will bring about, how you interpret it. It could be self-evaluation. It could be self-destruction. It just depends on how you receive whatever's being shown to you. Because, and out comes the conspiracy theories. All of these other distractions. If you are easily distracted, then you just I'm
gonna be honest. I have not heard any conspiracy theories during the whole COVID thing. I think for me, a lot of us has just been trying to figure out. It's almost like in a snap of a finger or a blink of an eye, the whole world just came to a pause, and it has been turned upside down.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I've definitely heard like the 5G thing. I've definitely heard a lot of different.
What's the 5G thing? You gotta enlighten me. What's the 5G thing?
They're saying that it's the towers that's causing sickness, which radiation is radiation.
Right, yeah.
I don't know if it's causing COVID-like symptoms, but I mean,
that's interesting.
we've been dealing with people too close to power lines, all of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or people near power plants.
Absolutely.
Getting cancer.
Just pollution in general. Being next to old steel mills and things like that. So yeah. Illegal dumping in the water system, stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, there's nothing new, but I'm sure there are some things that affect us because when you look at the human body, as marvelous as it is, it's still very fragile. If you're looking at how easily we can be, damaged, one fall and you're.
Yeah, and don't be a certain age. Yeah, don't be a certain age, and the bones not gonna heal up right.
Right. Then you become a weather guy and tell when the rain's coming.
Yeah, I remember my grandmother used to say that. Yeah, it's getting ready to rain. She said my knees. And you know what? If there was some truth in what she was saying, yeah, my knees getting hurt. It's getting ready to rain, and by God, it did rain. That's okay, Granny.
Yeah. I don't want that blessing. I don't want the weather.
I don't want that blessing. I don't want that blessing.
Surprised like everybody else.
There you go. So have you had a chance? Let's jump back to Dante Sharp. Have you had a chance to have a sit down talk with him, or a virtual conversation with him?
The first time we talked, um, a couple weeks ago, when I actually introduced the song to him,
Okay.
and we talked for 2 hours. It's the longest I've talked to somebody in a very long time.
Okay.
It's like straight. Um, and we talked about an array of things. Great conversation. Um, we talked about the situation. We talked about the plans for the record, and we're gonna shoot a video for this at some point.
Okay.
So yeah, we had a good talk. We talked about family. He's loving life. He's been sitting still for 26 years. So
That's
just to give you a perspective,
so
he
how old
got
was he?
grandkids that he never met.
Wow. So how old was he when he was convicted?
I think he was like 19,
Wow. Jeez.
and now he's in his 40s.
Wow.
So to give you a even more interesting look at it,
Mhm.
he spent more time on Earth locked up than free.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So what is it like for him now? Even though we dealing with COVID, have you asked him what is it like for him still being out?
It's he has an array of emotions because it's like one, you're loving life.
Hmm.
You go where you want. He just bought him a motorcycle.
Oh my
Like, he's living.
God. Okay.
He's playing with the grandkids, and he's just to be able to have human contact with his loved ones. Just imagine not being able to hug your mother for 26 years, 26 and a half years,
Yeah, that's.
and now so. But on the flip side of that, he's still adjusting. Like, he's still dealing with sleep patterns because of how the system is. And, he's trying to adjust to that. But what was interesting was some of the concerns that he has out in these streets. I have the very same concerns.
Okay.
As far as just being black in America, just being a black man in America. Like, we was talking about how we both drive only 5 miles over the speed limit. Because,
It does. But
at
here,
any moment.
so here's my question. When we're talking about police brutality and we're talking about driving while black, how do you? My question is, I'm trying to be a little sensitive. We have to take responsibility for some of the actions that we do. I'm not letting the police off at all.
Sure.
Don't get me wrong. So how do we teach our people how to be responsible and responsible for our own actions? Does that question make sense? Because sometimes I'm out.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I'm out in certain areas, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little surprised at how I see some of us behaving.
Right.
And then the question,
Right.
and then we're asked the question. We get offended when people say certain things to us. But I'm saying, do you look at your behavior?
Right. I think that is what the powers that be intend. This is the results of taking fathers out of the home.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like if you imagine how different those urban areas that you're speaking of would be if they were in the projects, if they could have a father in the home. Like, that's mandated. A man can't live in the house. So when you take the discipline out of the house, then you have chaos. If you take the protection out of the house, anybody can go in there and do whatever because there's nothing to defend it. So I think we allowed ourselves to not only fall for the traps, but embrace the traps. And this is the reaction of what the trap is. So now you have a bunch of hardheads, a bunch of people that don't want to listen, a bunch of people that's angry,
Yes.
but don't know how to, apply that anger. So you just out here just feeling everything. Somebody say something wrong to you, you cussing them out. Somebody try to help you, you don't want the help because you don't know how to receive it. Because it's never been there when you really needed it. You know what I mean? So
But how do you? Here's my.
mental health is a big thing.
How do you now?